My name is Claire Michael and I'm from a place called Airdrie outside Glasgow, and our show is Charlie Nicholas Bought Me an Ice Cream, and we're playing the midnight show at the Three Sisters on the Cowgate. I have. This is my third year at the Fringe. My first year was a four-hander in the Cafe Benrock, and it was called Tits Up. Not Tits Out, Tits Up. Yeah. That was my introduction to the Fringe. I was studying acting and performance at the time, and it was a short play, and we all had a piece to play and writing our own lines, which was quite cool. From there, last year, I wrote two shows. One was called "'Tis Merely a Farce," which was constructed from a mini play, a farce, to open the show. Then we had comedy sketch, comedy characters, and some monologues. And I also had Icecream, which was my one-woman show. We played at the Jekyll and Hyde. "'Tis Merely a Farce" was at the Edinburgh Football Club. The reason I called my one-woman show Icecream is because as an acting student, I didn't really see a lot of monologues that I particularly liked. It was all the same. Well, it's not that I didn't like them, it's just it was the same stuff everywhere you went. Everyone was doing the same sort of monologues, and I felt that there weren't many quirky, funny or amusing monologues, so I set about writing my own book of monologues called Icecream, and that's where the title of the show came from. So it was constructed mostly of different characters. I played about with characters doing that, and my own stand-up. Stand-up came as a bit of an accident for me. So I haven't done a huge amount of stand-up, but everywhere I go I have one character in particular called Agnes Floyd, who was in "'Tis Merely a Farce." I had wrote a kind of whodunit. My inspiration was Crimes of Passion books, set in an English manor, and it was one of these things where the little old maid appeared to know nothing, but she knew everything, and she sabotaged every attempt at murder possible, until at the end there was only one survivor. So in that show, I had a fantastic cast for that. Two students at the time, and what I'd done basically was I had given them monologues based on workshops that I'd done with them to get as many talents as possible. So at the end of the first section, we had a 5-minute gap to fill in, and I just took this little character and made her into a stand-up for 5 minutes. And contrasting from how she was in the show, I made her pretty filthy. And it seemed to go down well, so everywhere I go they'll ask for Agnes Floyd, which is quite nice. But so I remember going along to a gig and forgetting the hat, and because I forgot the hat, there's no way you could transform me into a little old lady. It was a maid's costume. So I went on and blagged it and just done myself, and it's kind of escalated from there. So I haven't done a huge amount of stand-up, but it doesn't make you say I'm not any good. It's meant to be a hobby. But I think Zola Bird had a hobby of running, didn't she? And she didn't even have any shoes. So completely different. Every audience is different, but you've just got to listen. You know, see where it's going. You have to chop and change to suit depending on the individual audience. Some acts don't tend to listen to their audience, and you see them turn out the same thing, whether it works or not. But I'll play about with, if I know it works, generally I'll start off with what's went down well in the past and just take it from there. Depending on the audience, I'll know how to direct the set. I wouldn't say I feel more pressure, no, it just gets busier. This year I'm doing, alongside Charlie Nicholas Bought Me an Ice Cream, I'm doing maybe 5 or 6 other open spots a day, and it's getting from here to there to there. Now you may be on 10 minutes each time and it only equates to an hour, but it's the pressure of that, and then having to mix it up so that if I was doing the same stuff all day, then I'd tire of that. And you've got to keep it fresh.
So if you met someone in the street and you had 1 minute to tell them why they should come and see your show, what would you tell them?
Because it's called Charlie Nicholas Bought Me an Ice Cream, which is a true story. I was a minor at the time. I'm an ex-British gymnast, so I used to train in Largs and Inverclyde, and I bet Charlie Nicholas at the bleep test. Rumour has it he may even be there. I'm led to believe, but you can't believe everything you hear. One of my characters is based on that. She's a fat Olympic wannabe. Think she's fantastic, and that's one of her lines. Charlie Nicholas bought me an ice cream. Our show is different because you haven't a clue. You haven't a clue what's coming next. It's a real roller coaster. No one can predict what's going to happen next, and because it's a real mashup. I mean, even for myself and Chris Payne, who acts alongside me, literally when we start, it seems as though 5 minutes elapse and it's done, because it's that quick. And people will say, I mean, I get nice compliments, but people will say it's refreshing because it's just enough. You get spurts of characters, sketches, you know, so it's fast paced. So it seems to work well for a mixed crowd. So
Great.
that's why you should come and see my show.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're going to clear up. That's okay for you.